Hello everyone, welcome to the new video on 3-minute series for prelims. In this video, we'll be discussing about the autonomous bodies. The first one is the Delimitation Commission of India. This body is now normally formed by the government for fixing the limits or boundaries of the territorial constituencies for both the Lok Sabha and the legislative assemblies of each state. So far, 4 delimitation commissions have been established by the parliament through different acts. One in 1951, one in 1963, 1972 and 2002. The orders given by the Delimitation Commission have the force of a law and cannot be challenged in any other court. This includes the Supreme Court as well. Article 81, 82, 170, 330 and 332 of the Constitution deals respectively with the Delimitation Commission. For example, Article 81 says about the composition or the maximum number of seats in the Lok Sabha, while Article 170 talks about the maximum number of seats in the legislative assemblies. Article 82 talks about the delimitation of the commission based on the census that is carried out once in 10 years. And also Article 330 deals about distribution of seats of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in the country. And Article 332 deals with the distribution of seat matrix of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in the Legislative Assembly, while 330 deals with the same in the case of Lok Sabha. Now let us look into the composition of the Delimitation Commission. It comprises of a chairman and 2 other members who are ex officio members. The chairperson should be a retired or a serving judge of the Supreme Court, while the second member is the Chief Election Commissioner of India or the Election Commissioner who is nominated by the Chief Election Commissioner. The third person is the State Election Commissioner of a particular state. He joins on the capacity of an ex officio member. The prelims point to remember here is that the population ratio that needs to be considered for the Delimitation Commission has been fixed at 1971 census and not been changed since then. The 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act frees the population ratio to be used by the Delimitation Commission to 1971 census. And through the 84th Constitutional Amendment Act, the government freezed the population ratio to of 1971 till the next census that to be taken after 2026. Therefore, the new Delimitation Commission formed after the census of 2030 will be using the census of 2031. While the Delimitation Commission of 2002 was enacted, the central government in its terms of reference has said that the Delimitation Commission has to consider the population ratio of 1971, and for distribution of the constituencies, they need to use the 2001 census. Now let us look into the Law Commission of India. It is neither a statutory body nor a constitutional body. Rather, we can call it as an executive body which is established by the central government of India from time to time for the purpose of consolidation and codification of the laws. Generally, there are many laws which are redundant and not in use in the current context. The main purpose of the Law Commission of India is to refer such laws and look for its current relevance and submit it to the government for its removal from the law books. This Law Commission of India generally submits its report to the Ministry of Law and Justice. The composition of the Law Commission of India is not a fixed one, but rather generally comprises of a chairperson and some full-time members, member secretary and some part-time members. Chairperson is generally a retired or serving judge of a high court or a Supreme Court, or a person who is an eminent in the law field. Now let us solve this question. Consider the following statements regarding the autonomous bodies. Recommendations of the Law Commission are binding on the government. Delimitation Commission is a constitutional body. The correct answer is D. As we have seen that the Delimitation Commission is constituted by the Parliament through the Delimitation Act. Therefore, it becomes a statutory body and not a constitutional body. And the recommendations of the Law Commission are not binding on the government since it is only an executive body. Therefore, the correct answer is D. Thank you.